With modern day feeder fishing often leaning more towards method style feeders, the old conventional cage feeder is often a forgotten method, but it can be super successful. Whether it might be on a natural venue fishing for silverfish, on a river, or even on a commercial fishery where method feeders are banned, this is something you have to have in your armoury. So, how do you go about setting it up? Well, obviously, first of all, you need your cage feeder, and then we've just got a few other little components that are really handy. The first is these feeder links, and these are absolutely brilliant. Really stiff and just prevent you getting any tangles around that feeder. Secondly, we've got this nice little swivel stop bead. That just allows your feeder link with the feeder on it to butt up against it and stop it sliding down any further than what you want it to. Finally, we've got our hook link swivel, and that is allowing you to change your hook length nice and easily so that you can switch between longer, shorter, lighter, heavier, bigger hooks, whatever you may need to do. So how do we go about setting it up? Well, Paul's going to run you through that right now. But first of all, he's going to take his scissors and just trim off his line. That gives you a really nice, neat end on your line. You can thread it through everything without there being little burrs and flat bits on there that are stopping you getting it through nice and easy. Next thing is to get his feeder link. Now that has got a stiff link, it's got a hole at the top in a little bead for your line to go through, and at the bottom it's got a snap swivel allowing you to change them feeders. So he's just going to take his line, thread it through that hole in the bead on the top, and let it slide up the line away from him. Nice and free running, and as you can see, very stiff and preventing them tangles. Now next up, he's got his swivel stop bead. Now these little beads have got a wider hole at one end than the other. Really important, put it through that narrow hole first, and that allows it to just then slide up the line out of your way. It's really important to be that way around because the hole at the bottom is what's going to slide over your hook link swivel. So with that thin hole pointing to the top, he's going to again slide it up out of his way, and then he's going to take his hook link swivel and he's going to attach that to his line. So the line's going to go through the swivel end, and then at the bottom you've got a nice little hook with a rubber sleeve that slides over it. Once it's through the swivel, he needs to tie a knot then to secure it. And a nice simple overhand loop is absolutely perfect. It's nice and easy to tie, it's safe, it's secure, and it's not going to let you down. So once he's got that tied on, he's just going to dampen it up a little and he's going to pull it tight. That's nice and neat and nice and secure. Everything there that he needs. And after that, he's going to take his scissors and just trim off that little tag that he's left with. Again, just neaten things up, and by trimming it off nice and short and out of the way, it's going to help with preventing tangles. So now he's got them three components on his line. The next step is to get that swivel stop bead, and it's to slide it down onto the top of the swivel. As you can see, again, he's got that lovely little neat connection, and he's got his hook length swivel at the bottom to connect his hook length to. So obviously the last thing, you're going to be fishing a feeder, you need to attach your feeder to that feeder link. Now like I've already mentioned, that's got a little swivel at the bottom. Just going to open up that clasp and slip the feeder on there. Now again, you're not always going to be fishing with the same size feeder all day, so you can take that off nice and easy. You can change to a smaller one, bigger one, heavier one. And as you can see, that nice stiff link helps keep everything pushed away from the hook length and prevents tangles. So the final bit of your setup is just to attach that hook length. All you do is slide that little rubber sleeve back, put your hook length in the hook, and slide the rubber sleeve back down again. And there you've got it, the perfect feeder fishing setup.